to the Beard Speaks podcast. Hey, all right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Beard Speaks podcast. That's right, guys. Hey, all right, man, we are so close to the end of 2025 here, which, you know, almost Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. I want to thank you all for constantly coming here and checking out the show, sharing the show. I definitely appreciate it. So I want to give a quick shout out to everybody out there, and as I always do, that's a big surprise. Thank you guys here in Chicago, Illinois. Thank you everyone in San Antonio, Texas, Fort Thomas, Kentucky, Dallas, Texas, Billings, Montana. Who else we got here? Dunkirk, Maryland, guys. Hey, thank you guys. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Three Rivers, Michigan. What's up, Michigan? Reading, Pennsylvania, Elk Grove Village, Illinois. What's going on? Hey, Elk Grove, California. Didn't know. Sister City, maybe? Yeah, we never know. San Marcos, Texas. What's happening, Texas? We've got people coming in from Madison, Wisconsin. What's up, Wisconsin? Hamilton, Ohio. Baltimore, Maryland. Denver, Colorado. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hey, Rocket Balboa. What's happening out there, guys? South Elgin, Waterloo, Illinois. Tennessee. Hey, what's going on? All my friends out there in Knoxville, Tennessee. I will be visiting you guys very soon. So yeah, man, definitely want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. The show, as I've been mentioning, is now streaming in every country. So it's awesome. And it's amazing to see the love that we're getting here at the Beard Speaks podcast. So with that being said, and, you know, coming up now, this is the end of our 5th year, if you can believe that, we have given a little bit of a facelift. So if you go and visit thebeardspeakspodcast.com, you will see a fresh new look. That's right. We've got a new logo for the Beard Speaks, and we have updated our TikTok, Facebook page, X, all that fun stuff, Instagram. So please, if you're on social media and you want to get out there and interact with the Beard, please do. So check us out on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all those fun places. But if you go to the beardspeakspodcast.com, you will see links to all of our socials there. That is right. And on top of all that fun stuff, where can you actually listen to the Beard Speaks podcast? Thank you for asking. I actually went on and I wanted to see, hey man, you know, we're on all these platforms and, you know, updating the logo and the look of the site and everything like that. I wanted to see and make sure that it was, you know, following through on everything. And it almost is. It takes a little bit of time, but we're there on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podcast Index, Overcast, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, Castro, Castbox, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM, Good Pods, and True Fans. That just doesn't sound like a very decent website, does it? But it is. True Fans, I believe, is a podcast website. So please, you know, go check us out at any of your favorite podcast streaming networks. Yes, thank you. So with that being said, yeah, new look for the show for 2026. I'm really happy with that. And we might be, well, I'm looking into changing out the intro music, and we'll see. I don't know. I'm fiddling around with actually having a theme song made. I don't know, man. Is that something? Do I want that? I don't even know, right? You like, hey, screw the music, man. Just get right to the talking, you know? I don't know. You know, I might just use one of my new tunes that I got on my album. Oh, did I talk about that last episode? I did. Go check out the Pat Catalano Project. Paper Crowns is my new album that comes out on January 1st. That's right, baby. So by the time you're listening to this, the album will probably almost drop. Or, you know, you can go on Apple Music and wherever you pick up your MP3s and go ahead and pre-order the album. Why not? And why I'm even talking about that is because my guest today is a good friend of mine who actually builds my amps, and he actually is I mean, for the first time in 5 years, I don't even know. He's never been on the show, but Anthony is on my show today, the Amp Man, and we're going to have a great conversation about how he got started at building amps and pedals and, modifying amplifiers and things like that, and talk about a little bit of that. So stay tuned for that. So that's going to be very, very awesome for all of you. And until we get to that, I do, again, want to say thank you very much to everybody who has been just loyal and listening to the show, man. Without you guys, I don't know where we'd be. So, I mean, this is just, just an awesome thing to be able to look at my analytics and see the show blowing up all over the place and you guys sharing it and listening to it. So it really does mean a lot to me. I know I joke around a little bit, but it really does. It really means a lot to me. So thank you guys very much. And, without further ado, here's my interview with my good friend, Anthony, the Amp Man. Rock on. All right, guys. I've got Anthony Failla here on the show. Anthony, what's happening? Welcome to the Beard Speaks.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Pat.
I'm excited, man. We've been waiting way too long to do this. 5 years? A little more than 5 years, actually, because I'm going into year 6 of the podcast. So finally, welcome aboard. How are you?
Great.
Awesome. So today we're going to have a little conversation, and those of you who have been watching my videos and listening to the show, but more importantly, watching my videos, and you see that killer amp I've got behind me, and everyone's like, oh, what is that? Well, Anthony here is the guy that hand built that amplifier, and I get that fantastic tone I get when you listen to my music. So let's start off, Anthony, about talking about how you got started, with electronics and getting everything kind of going before you even got into building amps.
Well, it's kind of a long 35-year story.
That's all right. Let's pick and choose.
I've been involved in electronics for 35 years. I've been in the shop it's coming up on the 29th year now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I didn't even know I was going to do this.
Nice.
That's the crazy part about it. I had no idea.
That's how life works out.
Knack.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it totally took me down a different path. I guess right after high school, that's when the door kicked open. I was at the Fry.
Okay.
Not knowing I was going to be I started off in TV, fixing television sets in the repair shops. That's where I got my original start, and the place I'm still at, I was working here. So that's going back close to almost 3 consecutive decades I've been here at this building.
That's crazy.
So the original owner wanted to retire. He had he had 2 locations. He offered both of them to me. And I said, well, I don't know if I can be at both places at the same time.
Right.
So I took the smaller of the 2, which was the Irving and Broadway shop. And it also wasn't as busy. So this was a good test for myself. Can I do this?
Yeah.
So I was at Irving Park in Broadway for about 15 years. And then I'm still with the same owner. They moved me around the corner, and I've been here for another 14.
That's right. You moved. Yeah, that's right. Several years ago, you guys moved around the corner. That's right.
Yeah. Well, actually, you were at the original location.
Yes. Yeah, I was.
When you first met me.
Yeah.
You were. It always bothered me. Why would you guys come to a television repair shop to try an amplifier?
I know. Well,
that's always bothered me. I'm thinking to myself, how did I pull this off?
Well, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. It's going to be 20 years that I've known you now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you're still playing it.
Still playing
it. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, the Holy Grail, as we dubbed it.
Yeah, that tone is absolutely amazing that you got. The whole band, I mean, that is a satisfying lineup and sound that you have.
Well,
hands down. It's just great job on it.
Thanks, man. It's just like, your craft of, working on electronic, just time, you go through different employees, you go through different people, and you just find the right bunch, and there's like, bam, magic happens right there.
Yeah, you got the right formula.
Right.
Exactly. You hit it right on the head.
Yeah. I mean, how many, how many versions of the amp did you make before you like, boom, that's it? That's how it works, right?
Exactly. I mean, I don't know how many Marshalls I've been in and out of.
Right.
I'll put it to you that way. I mean, let's face it, Marshall, Fender, and Mesa are the lion's share of the market.
Right.
Period. If somebody owns one of those three.
Right. Exactly.
If not all three of them.
If not all three, right.
It's not all three. They own one of those three, or they are accustomed to using one of those three.
Right.
So, that's where all the circuit designs come from, and the tone shaping, and then, you got to sit there and practice. It's just like you guys practice playing guitar.
Right.
We have to practice shaping the sound. Because everybody has different hands and plays differently.
Right. So what made you, like, the light bulb go off and say, I'm going to build an amp?
Go ahead and say that again. You cut off.
Oh, no problem. I was going to say, what made the light bulb go off and you decided to just start building amps?
Well, that's a whole other story by itself, too. It originally started at the Bri with somebody that we're not working together anymore. I don't want to go into names.
Yeah, right.
But we had our senior project was going to be a guitar amp. And at that time in the Bri, they were kind of, all that stuff was getting pushed out the door. So that's what canceled it.
Oh, okay.
Years later, he came walking into the shop asking me to fix his camcorder. I think he just came in just to see what was going on. He just gave himself a really good excuse and came in with a camcorder.
Okay.
And talking about that, and suddenly I said, I always wanted to do this thing or finish up this amp. And we started with a cabinet first. And that was back in 2004.
Wow, yeah.
So we had the combo head cab. It did receive a patent. And I said, well, we need an amplifier that's got to go with it. And that's how the Barbarian got started. Nice.
Okay. Yeah, that was, I think I ran into someone that introduced me to, I think was it 2006? So it was several years later then.
It might have been Steve. Somebody came here first.
No, you know who it was? It was Bob.
Which Bob?
Bob Peroni.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. I ran into him. So we were playing a club in Franklin Park or something. It was just it was a really cool place. And we were playing there. And he came up to me and said, hey, man, a buddy of mine's starting to build amps. You got to come check this out. That's what it was. I remember it distinctly now. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I think we talked first. I think we talked first and you were like, yeah, what are you looking for? And I'm like, hey, I can't afford an SLO 100 Soldano. That's my dream amp. And, you're like, okay, give me, I had like 5 months or whatever it was like 5 months or so. And I came down, I played it and I was like, holy shit. It was pretty damn close. You're like, all right. And then I think I gave you some other samples or some other ideas and you tweaked it along the way until we finally, found the right combination, for the sound. Because I mean, it's not a clone of an SLO 100 at all. It's the idea came from that, right? Like I love that sound. I wanted that Warren DeMartini, George Lynch, and I just wanted that tone, that type of tone, and you just ran with that.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty clear on exactly what you wanted.
Yeah,
and I said, okay, we got to complement it with different speakers.
Sure.
We try different woods. We brought in over 100 guitar players.
Yeah.
To try out just the cabinets and the speakers.
Yeah.
We want speaker. We tried them all. We tried them all. We tried to make everything in the USA and use as many parts that were made here in the USA.
Right.
So everyone settled on the Eminence speaker and with the Texas heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? The heat was on.
The heat was on, my friend. Yeah, no, I never just remember playing it, and that was it. Blew me away, and been using it ever since. And I don't think we've ever really tweaked anything. The only thing we did do to the amp, if I remember correctly, is we took off the selector switch. So you don't, I didn't, because I liked the 6L6s and not the EL34s. I'm like, you know what, Anthony, I'm never going to go to EL34s. So let's take this selector switch off. Just one more thing to not break or get stuck, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was the only thing.
You were
we changed.
EL34 all the way. So there was no question in my mind.
Yeah, I wasn't going to change. I wasn't going to change tubes. So we just stuck with that and then just took off that little switch. But other than that, yeah, that was it. And I remember playing when I was out on tour in California and up and down the coast there. I remember clubs I'd play and people were like, what the hell is that? Because the sound was just
I remember that.
Boom, yeah, roared out at you. Although out there, I know I couldn't bring my cabinet and I was playing the head through some old Marshall cabs. But still, I mean, sounded fantastic.
Oh, yeah. You know, it projected.
Right.
Period. It didn't really matter what cabinet you put on it or what speaker. It may have not have been to your preference.
Right.
But it didn't stop it.
No.
Well, it hasn't stopped it yet. I mean, this is going to be 20 years that this came out.
I know.
I think you came around 2006.
Yeah. It was
20 years.
Yeah, 2006. It was 20 years next year.
All you got to do is check your serial number on
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. An 06 on it.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's got an 06 on it, it's going to be celebrating its 20th anniversary.
Damn, dude. Yeah. Well, 20 years of fantastic. And that thing's held up, playing out, touring, just, it went through its paces and, never had an issue, but I definitely love the round, like just the sound because you can do so much with it, just by adjusting everything, you can really it's just got a rounded out sound, so there's so much I could do with that thing. I even played country music with it for a while, if you remember that.
What was that again?
I said I even played country music with it for a while.
Oh, yeah. Was it Billy Gray?
Yeah. I went on a little tour with him with that amp. That was hilarious. I mean, it's like I said, it's versatile. That's the word I was looking for. It's a rounded sound, but versatile. I mean, you could do whatever with it.
Well, that was the whole point of the Barbarian. There really was only supposed to be one guitar amp.
Yeah.
And it did it all. You want to play rock, you want to play metal. It had an excellent clean channel on it. Clean.
And that,
So,
I remember
you could play country with it easily.
Yeah, and I remember that was another one of my biggest asks was the clean channel, because no matter what amp, especially solid state, but no matter what amp I played, I think except for Diesel, they had a killer clean, but you can never get a clean channel without hearing like some kind of hiss or some kind of crackling in there. It was never truly clean, Well,
it's because it's still breaking up. Most clean not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah.
They just steal a part from the signal that you're still using for your gain channel.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's just lower gain you'll see a gain knob on a lot of those amps, and you'll watch them. They'll turn the gain down, and it'll usually have a second master volume that you can switch back and forth.
Yeah.
And that master volume will be cranked.
Oh.
So that's how they make those amps sound clean.
Gotcha.
I didn't want to do anything like that.
Okay.
At all. I wanted a full separate channel that was clean.
Right.
Pristine clean. That you can hit harmonics easily.
Yeah.
Even pinch harmonics.
Right.
On your clean channel, and it's clean. It doesn't have any breakup. So that's what that amp was all about. The problem was when we had custom transformers made in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
When they got there, it didn't sound anything like prototype. So
Right.
that created the Barbarian X.
Right.
Because it was extremely different from what was, what we were shown in the prototype. I'm like, this isn't even close. The gain channel sounded different. The clean channel sounded different.
Yeah.
It still sounded good, but it wasn't that.
Right.
That's why you wound up with one model, and a lot of the other guys, they wanted the other model.
Right.
So that's how those two got started.
That makes sense.
I've got plans to make little guys, for probably just 10 of each.
So
small replicas of them.
Okay, so kind of almost like the those little orange heads, like that size.
Like 5 waters.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be completely scaled down. The Barbarian X, I think I'm just going to do it. It's just going to be single channel. It might be really real simple, like a tone knob, volume and gain. Okay.
Yeah.
And they'll both have an effect, so they're going to need that. But the Barbarian, if it's going to have a clean and its gain channel, but the clean's probably just going to be a single one knob volume.
Okay.
It's still going to thump on we've been experimenting here in the shop with different transformers and what works and what don't, and how loud is it really going to be?
Right. Right. Yeah.
You'd be really surprised what one little output tube can do in a 412.
Wow.
I sent back Angry Tones amp, and it was just a complete gut out.
Huh.
And it's just a 5 watt amp. And he told me, he's like, yeah, my pants leg is shaking. Are you sure it's only 5 watts? And I said, I'm positive it's only 5 watts. It has a big throw behind it now, and it really projects.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact that I can pull this off with 2 different style 5 watt amps. They'll each have their own output tube. They'll have their own gain circuit. They'll have their own EQs. And you guys I'm really only going to be doing it for that 20-year run of guys that bought these things. I know every one of you are going to be fighting over them.
Right.
There isn't going to be enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if the public's even going to have a chance until they're all sold out,
Yeah.
Put it that way. I don't see them sticking around very long.
Right.
So, not a 10 of each.
No.
The idea behind it is, 10 and 10 is 20.
Right.
20 year.
Yeah.
Because I've got so many things. I got a long laundry list of things still to finish and complete. Luckily, most of it's all done.
Okay.
I'm just behind on printing, PCB manufacturing. There's shortage of parts here and there. But we've got a brand new pedal coming out for Tony Dolan, Inferno number 9.
Nice.
I've been testing that with just a wide range of guitar players and a wide range, as many amps as I can try it on. It was just bone stock Marshalls, like 800s.
Right.
And it just sounds a killer on it.
Nice.
All the way to the higher gain stuff, Mesa Boogie.
Okay.
Rectifiers. And everything in between, PVs. That's just being held up with artwork, basically, and PCB.
Okay.
That's a completed thing. I've got a new one coming out for Dreadful Goose. He was a touring guitarist of Chromax.
Okay.
So the kill mod was a big thing. That was he actually worked with that with me, and he's like, if you want to do anything, everyone's got one of these SD1 pedals. Why don't you mod it and do your take on it, and I'll work with you on it. And I'm like, because I wasn't really a big boost guy.
Yeah.
These days is different. I think this is a very useful tool.
Right.
And they're all different flavors. So his kill mod went over really, really well, and we got his kill box coming out.
That's cool. Yeah.
And our favorite shredder, Sonny Lombardo.
Sonny, yeah.
He's got the Dragon's Breath coming. He's got a real unique solo boost feature on his pedal, something that you don't see. What he wanted was his strings not to shrill out, especially on the high strings when he's shredding.
Yeah.
He wanted it fat. So what this switch that you're going to activate is kind of like a neck pickup.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. So it almost, so it just gives it more of a little rounded out, fatter sound on the higher strings.
Yeah, and I'm making it adjustable, because everybody's different.
Sure. Right. So, exactly.
Well, he's got it all the way to the max.
Right.
I'm like, really? You need that much? And he's like, yep.
Yeah.
Can you turn it up more?
Yeah.
So that's how his pedal's going to work. And then Tony Smotherman, he did try out a prototype of it's a tube pedal preamp, and Brett Sullivan got a preamp as well.
Nice.
He wants something along the Marshall Jose-ish type EVH tone, the classic sound.
Yeah.
But with that nice gain and saturation, but nothing that it's not for chugging and drop tuning and stuff like that.
No, not at all. Yeah.
So those two, there's stuff that is kind of sitting around that they've tried back and forth. They're not in a big hurry, but the other three, I'm going to try to get out right away.
Nice.
So thank everybody for being patient. It's just been one thing after the other.
Yeah.
Those pedals are done. They're just waiting on certain things to finish up.
That's cool. Yeah, the pedals, they've really taken off. I mean, I think you made a really smart move. The amps, of course, phenomenal, but I think it was just the timing of, boutique heads for, just the time, right? There was only certain people that were
20 years ago. It was a different story.
It was. Right.
Okay. People were, they were working. Things were a lot cheaper.
Right.
Okay. The artist cost, you could get a 100-watt head with us and a custom, the Barbarian 4x12.
Yeah.
For $1,250. A head and the cabinet.
Yeah.
The head and the full cab was $1,250 back then, 20 years ago.
20 years ago. Jesus, right.
Now, I don't even know if we can get the cabinet out for that price.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So, things have changed, and I wouldn't mind making another larger amp, but it's going to be scaled down as far as quantities go.
Yeah, I mean, maybe custom order or something like that, or a one-off. Yeah.
Well, exactly. If I would offer anything, it would be like a custom shop.
Yeah.
They're going to be made to order. They're going to be all done by hand, and there isn't going to be many of them.
Right.
These days, people don't have $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Yeah. I mean, you really look at the price of these things. I mean, people are complaining about the price of eggs. Musicians, we're complaining about the price of amps.
I'm not going to buy a guitar amplifier.
No, not at all.
The last thing they're going to do, the bills, utilities went up too.
Yeah.
So, the $5,000 guitar head is not on that list.
Well,
I guarantee for a lot of us.
I know, but let's here, and this is a pretty interesting topic, and I've talked about this on the show before. So think about this. And we'll use, obviously Eddie Van Halen, who started all this, but we'll use, kind of use him as the example. Nowadays you've got people, and I've fallen into the trap too. I mean, we all do, right? You walk into a guitar store and you see the Les Paul, you see the guitar, and you're like, oh shit, man, that's a great guitar. It's $3,000, whatever, right? But yet all these guys like Eddie Van Halen, that started out, like even Lynch, right? Their signature, those main guitars that they built back then were just shit. They were just parts. How much crap did Eddie Van Halen tear apart to build his rig, right? He didn't spend thousands of dollars to create the original tone that musicians today are spending thousands of dollars to try to recreate. Isn't that crazy?
Exactly.
I mean, it's crazy, right?
Spot on.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm not going to mention the name, but I thought it was a joke. There was a company, a Newark name brand, and everybody posted their prices online. And you basically need to remortgage your house to buy it.
Yeah.
He's at the top of the top of the top of the list.
Right.
I don't know who's buying these things.
I don't know.
So, I mean, you want to talk about outrageous. We're way past the $5,000 zone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless millionaires are buying it, I've got to keep things frugal and economical for people to buy. And that's we shifted over to pedals in 2014.
Right.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, it was somewhere
because
around there.
Because the
yeah.
amps and everything was just, people just didn't have the money.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do them at $1,250 anymore. It had to go up.
Yeah, they had to. Yeah.
I didn't have a choice. So, I mean, even at artist cost, they were still, they moved up.
Right.
I think a head at that time was maybe just the head was moved up to about $1,500, $1,600.
Right.
It's pretty fast.
Yep.
You know, a cabinet and a head for $1,250. What a steal of a deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Never not today.
It's never, I don't think it's ever going to happen again.
No.
Okay. I could have them made in China all day long. It's still not going to happen at that price.
Right. Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, you know, I got to be kind of cautious too about, you know, overspending and stuff like that. It's got to be able to move, and people got to be able to afford it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, unless somebody walks in and says, "Hey, Anthony, I want to. This is what I'm looking to build. I have the money. You know, no holds barred. Just build me this."
That's a different story.
That's a different story, right?
That's a completely different story. You know, right now on the site there's nothing available other than just mods.
Right.
That was another reason I switched over to mods.
Yeah.
Because people didn't want to buy another amp, pedal, or whatever it was that they wanted. They wanted it to sound like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now they can afford that. So, I mean, it's like the repair business. They're not running out and buying new things, and they're fixing their old stuff.
Right. So the mods...
Sometimes it's cheaper to do it that way, but sometimes it's just made better.
Right. So the mods, talk a little bit about that. I mean, that was a smart move too, right? So you already have your head, you know, but, you know, you want to do something different with it or whatever. They could just come to you and boom, you could just get in there and modify it basically, which is, again, what they used to do in the old days.
They did it bad. They've been doing it forever since the amp's been invented. Okay? Since the invention of the guitar amp, somebody's always come along and said, can you make it sound a little more like this?
Right.
You know, everybody's got different hands. Everybody's got a different sound in their mind.
Yeah.
Everybody plays different music.
Right.
I mean, there's just too many variables there. So, yeah, I've been doing mods. Well, the whole Amp Man mod thing started. I started documenting that on YouTube in 2016.
Okay. Yeah, it's been some time.
That's when I started recording the videos here.
Yeah.
And just, you know, putting them up there just so I can document it.
Right.
You know, I did not expect it to snowball the way it did.
Yeah. No, that took off.
Even I'm sitting back saying, I can't believe I did this many.
Yeah.
I don't, just on YouTube alone, there's probably close to 500 videos.
Yeah.
And unbelievable that the support I got from it. I'm almost at 500,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah. Just for the mods. I mean, here's the thing though, that again, right? A smart business move. It's affordable, right? Instead of building an amp.
Exactly.
Right.
Now there's no overhead involved in it.
Yes, exactly. Right. So the guy's already got the amp.
Already has it.
Yep.
I already have this. I can't stand the way it sounds anymore. I can't use it. And this all stems back to the repair business.
Yeah, exactly.
So exactly what I'm doing is, I mean, sometimes, it is actually modified, but I'm repairing the problems that a lot of these amps have.
Yeah, right.
It's fixing it organically.
Right, yeah.
So you can see how manufacturers skimmed through the years. Like, well, they could have done that, but it might have cost them, you know, X amount of pennies.
Yeah.
You know, or 50 cents extra. but times how many is a lot of money.
Right.
So there's certain things like that, where somebody, they don't need it over the top. They don't need all the bells and whistles. They just want to hear the chord and hear the notes behind the chord.
Sure.
And, sure. Those are, we call them like soft spots. Not a big deal. Something we can get you in and out through the door, make you smile, you'll be happy. Your amp will perform 10 times better. You'll be more excited to play through it.
Yeah, exactly.
I took that little orange amp.
I see that all over the place. Yeah, right.
You see it all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, Rev went wild with it.
He did, yes.
I think I knocked him out of his chair with this when he was playing.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was going to sound like that.
Yeah, same.
At all.
Yeah, same. I'm like, holy crap, look at this.
And I mean, it is just a little monster.
Yeah.
And it's incredible in his hands. So, I have all my YouTube guys, or, most of them are just like the Chug type.
Right.
They want a low tune.
Yeah.
And just slam it real good. And then, you got guys like Brett and Tony who are going to play it. One guy's going to play it more rock. Tony did some contemporary samples on it.
Yeah.
It sounded phenomenal.
It does.
There was somebody that asked me, he said, well, I see all these gain mods with this amp. Do you have any clean samples? I'm like, thank you, Tony.
Yeah.
One or two of the samples that I used was a beautiful clean tone.
Right.
That he got out of this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here you go, pal.
Yep.
I mean, I normally on video views, the clean channel never gets viewed.
Nah, yeah, right. A lot of people are not really
Except
looking for
on
that.
his stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Wow. I mean, it really took some hits on views for a clean.
Yeah.
So, that was a real crowd pleaser. That one, the Kill Mod, went over really well. I had another one I called The Little Bastard.
Yes, The Little Bastard was cool too. That went good.
That was real popular.
Yes.
And then I did my Marshall mod, which was the Chugga Cabra.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it was a modified version of the Chupacabra.
The Chupacabra.
So it was like a more intense high gain Jose.
Right.
It's a really good way for me to describe it.
Sure.
And I think those were the big hitters out there. And then I'll tell you what's really catching fire is this Metal Zone.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that. Like all of a sudden, this is Metal Zone pedals making a comeback.
It made a huge comeback.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are using it as a preamp, but they're having, they still have to boost it. It's really, really intricate you can barely move those EQ knobs.
Okay.
I mean, you can get it in the sweet spot, but you better not touch it. Okay. It's one of those types of settings.
Right.
So I ordered a couple of them and I'm like, okay, let me check this out for myself. It's not bad by itself, but it does need a good helping hand.
Yeah.
So I made the EQ a lot smoother. I've got the gain structure to where you really don't need to put a boost pedal in front of it. I mean, you can if you think you need more.
Right.
A lot of these guys, they mainly use that to kill the woof. There's this flub.
Oh,
it's in all the guitar amps.
Yep.
And they want to tighten it. They call it tightening it up. Well, I tightened it up in the pedal. So they're not actually, I've tried it with the stock SD1 right in front of it. It does absolutely nothing.
Oh, okay.
And then the gain structure is completely changed. So the sweep of it moves much smoother. And I haven't had a chance, other than the quick chug sample I put up there, to get it out there and test it. But it's coming. It's something in the new year that they'll be staring at and ordering. That's a big one.
Nice.
Oh, good. It's going to be.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Right. Well, that's cool, man. I mean, so many changes from just the amp, but you found the sweet spot. And I think, we talked about that a long time ago too. You're like, man, I remember when you were like, I got to do something different, man. Nobody's buying these things because they just don't have the money, and it's just not there. And, you found the sweet spot, but I think these mods are, and, that's key, that's awesome, on top of the pedals, but the mods, you can't go wrong there.
No, we can basically take your amp that's maybe just a plain gain and put some muscle on it. It just really depends, within reason.
Yeah, I know.
One of those being, a financial reason.
Yeah, right. And I mean,
you not get carried away.
But also like the platform too, like, right? Don't bring in like a crate voodoo. Remember that old amp? That anybody bring one of those in to modify?
A blue voodoo?
Yeah, the crate.
Oh, that's a monster after I mod it.
After you mod it. Right. 'Cause I remember they were not that great. No.
Well, part of the crate's problem was the cabinet they married it to.
Ah, okay.
Now we're talking only about there's a 100-watt head, and I think it's 120, and the other one's 60 watts.
Yeah.
They are completely different animals.
Yes.
Tone-wise. If you're going to buy one of those, get the 100-watt one.
Okay, there you go.
I can make it sound like a monster. I can make it sound like something that costs you $3,000 easily.
There you go.
Easily. Without having to spend $3,000 to get it.
Right, to get it. Right, exactly.
Oh, no, it's a phenomenal amp. It's just married to the wrong cabinet. When that came out, I think Megadeth was playing it.
Yeah, you're right. They were.
I think Rust in Peace had the Blue Voodoo.
Okay.
Well, at least they were showing it.
They were showing it, yeah.
They were showing it. I don't think they could play that. I have one of those cabinets. Okay? I'll just leave it at that. I have one of those cabinets.
Great, okay.
They sound good at certain frequencies.
Yeah.
Not with the Blue Voodoo head.
Yeah.
That's not one of the frequencies.
I think I started out on a crate, and then, yeah, I think so. And then moved to PV. I think
PV's got a great tone too.
Yeah, they're not bad.
I mean, it's not bad. It's got this organic scoop to it.
Yeah.
So if you like that, you're not going to, you're not going to break the bank buying a PV.
No.
So I mean, hey, at least you started on the crate. My first amp, if that's what you want to call it, I had a Guitar Buddy.
Oh.
I almost wish I still had it.
I wish I had my pig nose. Remember those little things? I know they still sell them, but those old ones, it's like in the 70s, those things were cool.
Which one is it?
The pig nose. Remember those little amps?
Oh, the pig nose.
Yeah.
I've got one up on my shelf.
Yeah, you do. That thing's been sitting there for
nose knob on it, right?
That thing's been sitting there for decades.
I've got a real one up there.
A real one, right? From the 70s.
I have an actual real one. Up on the shelf.
Because those whatever they did now, it's like when they reintroduced the tube screamer. Yeah, it's not the same thing. You know what I mean? Even the one that they came out with and said, "Oh yeah, this is the same electric." Nah, you want that original one. That's what people look for, you know. And I kick myself because I had one years ago.
It's got the classic circuit in it.
Yeah,
with the original, with real parts. It does, parts do make a difference.
They do. Sound. Yeah,
completely.
Oh, it's just like just like the people buying fake Gibsons from China. With the little pots and the electronics are all shit, right? And whatever else they put in it.
Well, that's the problem. They hire the cheapest engineer they can find.
Right.
That's one. The next problem is the manufacturer's going to cheapen that design.
Yeah,
that's
right.
two.
Right.
And then three, the icing on the cake is the way the customer's actually going to use the product. Because it's the next problem.
Yeah.
I see this all day long. I'm not just going to pick on guitar amps or pedals or anything. We're talking about TVs, VCRs, stereos, etc.
Sure.
That's why there's such a huge buzz with this vintage. That stuff can take a beating. I've got a SpongeBob television set on my bench right now.
Wow.
Okay. And it's made better than stuff I see that comes in here, like flat screen TVs.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, It couldn't have been that much more.
Right.
So yeah, there's all these little factors, but that's the main factor these days. They get the cheapest guy, and they want the biggest bang for the buck.
Right. Yeah,
So
they want to make
hire
money.
a celebrity named guy
Yeah.
to hang his name next to it, so you buy it.
Right.
And then you find out you shouldn't have bought it. It's terrible. And then you seek out a guy like me.
Right.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword. You know, you walk in one way thinking one thing, and you find out it's something else. And now it winds up in the hands of somebody like myself. And you're making the whole department look bad.
Right. Right. And then you see it all day long because, you're not just fixing amps, but all the electronics. Yeah, right.
Nearly 3 consecutive decades of it.
Yeah, exactly.
6 days every week. So,
yeah.
I'm kind of, in a strange way, excited to see all this old stuff come back. I mean, 15, 20 years ago, I had to pay companies to haul this stuff out. Okay?
Yeah.
Nobody wanted it. Those old, big, heavy Pioneer stereos.
Yeah, yeah.
Marantz, Sansui. I had to pay to have those disposed.
Wow.
Now I can't fix them fast enough. And they're outrageous online.
Huh.
You know what the big thing down here is? Black and white TV.
Is it really?
If you go online, I'm sure you'll see a handful of them for $100,
sure.
$300. But if it's in a decorative case or it was a limited edition, it's in the thousands. Non-functional.
Wow. Non-functional.
But somebody will buy it. And then they'll look for a guy like me to fix it. I had one that came in here. It was it had the Ford insignia on it. So when you bought a new Ford, you got this little TV with it, a little black and white TV.
Oh, wow. That's collectible. That's pretty cool.
There you go. That's the word, collectible.
Yeah. You're kind of like antique hunters or whatever that show was, remember?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that movie War Games?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yep.
Okay, one of those computers showed up.
No shit.
Now, he already knew he couldn't do much with it.
Right.
But it needed to light up, and it needed to light up through the circuits, like it would, as if it was working. I couldn't put an external light in there and a battery or something. There was no way to go around it. He had to have it light up,
okay.
like it should have. It turned out, I think he sold it for like $8,000.
Holy crap!
Non-functional, other than just the lights lighting up.
That's insane.
But it's cases like that.
Yeah. Huh. In the wrong business.
I don't know if I'm in the right business or the wrong business or the right time.
Yeah.
Or I'm just, gliding. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
So how much stuff did you probably toss that's now worth a lot? That's got to cross your mind.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
I get sick when I have to go online and, they may bring something in. A lot of people will bring 2 of them.
Okay.
They'll buy one and say, strip this for parts.
Yeah.
Get whatever you need out of there. If you need anything else, I'll try and help you. They really, really want it fixed. Rooms to the ceiling. That's how much you want.
Yeah.
And it's not once or twice. It was years of it.
Right. Years of stuff. I know. Every time it comes to the shop, you're like climbing over everything. Yeah, it's so much.
When I was originally on Irving Park, that would be a really good example.
Yes.
Okay. Because that was, I don't know, almost 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And this wasn't trending like it is. You know what happened? There used to be a pharmacy across the street from me.
Uh-huh.
And they had, their delivery kids.
Sure.
They would bring whatever I ordered. I needed paper for the printer, or I had something that had to go to UPS, and they would pick it up.
Yeah.
He's standing there, and I just so happened to have one of these old Pioneers running. He took out his camera phone and sitting there snapping pictures. We didn't have phones like we have now.
Right.
But he was still able to take pictures. And then, I told the other guy at the time I was working, I said, I'm going to get really busy with this stuff out of nowhere. He's laughing. He's like, that's not going to happen. Huh. It was a week and a half. My phone's ringing asking to buy these things.
Wow.
And I said, that's usually how it happens.
Yeah.
That's how I know it's the next trending thing.
The next trending thing, yeah.
Like VCRs, Pat. I'm up to my eyeballs in them.
That's crazy.
Everyone wants a VCR now.
And how are they even hooking them up to these new TVs? I'm sure they have to have adapters or whatever.
Oh, well, they're figuring it out because all the TVs don't have those connections.
Exactly.
Yeah, they took all your audio video jacks off these TVs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, every single thing came off.
Yeah.
I mean, down to you have to buy a sound bar.
Yeah, right.
Okay, down to the point where you have to buy a sound bar now.
Yep.
You know, my parents went on a limb on their own and went and bought a new big TV.
Okay.
And, of course, they called me up and said, I can't connect my VCR or stereo to this. I don't know how to do it.
Right.
I'm like, well, you're not going to connect it to this. You now need to buy, they sell like preamps.
Yeah, exactly.
So you convert your analog back to an HDMI signal in order to get it to work. And the quality of that preamp is going to determine how well it looks.
Yeah, right.
So it can look absolutely horrible on your TV.
Yeah.
Because there's no audio video jack plugs on it. It doesn't work that way. It works with HDMI.
Yeah.
And coax.
And coax cable, yeah.
And coax. Oh, you thought you were going to hook your old stereo up to that? No. You're going to buy a sound bar.
Yeah.
With a wireless subwoofer. And you're going to have to sit there and figure out how to
pair it up.
Your phone up to it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
Now you keep in mind they can't set the VCR.
No, they can't. Yeah, right. And then once they get everything set up,
total darkness.
They can't even
completely
get. Yeah, they can't even get the remote to work. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I keep pressing that it's not working. You know, the thing was, that's the problem with these new TVs.
Yeah,
is the sound. It needs to be amplified.
Right.
You know, they have $half size speakers in it.
Yeah.
So it's not going to project like your old TV.
Like the old TV used to. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're going to be buying the accessories to your television.
Yeah. Well, that's the new thing. You know, you see these. Obviously beautiful. I mean, the HD, whatever the hell they got now, you know, whatever it is. I mean, 4K.
I think we're at 8K now.
Oh, shit. I know. I walk into Costco and I'm like, holy crap. It's just like, you know, I mean, I got a Sony, I think I picked up a Sony 65-inch a couple of years ago, and that thing's already obsolete. I mean, once you buy it, you walk out the store and you plug it in, it's obsolete. The new one's out. You know what I mean? That's just how it works.
It's like buying a car.
It is.
You drove it off the lot. Well, you want to trade it in, and you just lost $3,000 in a week.
Game over.
You know what I mean? It's just that's the way it goes. Planned obsolescence.
Right.
It's
funny, man. Well, hey, look, we're already at like 50 minutes. I told you, the time flies when you start having fun. So why don't we tell everybody?
We're having that much fun?
We are, bro. Why don't we tell everybody listening where they can find you? I'm going to put all the links in the show notes for your YouTube, TikTok, and all that fun stuff. But if people want to come into your shop, you know, let's let everyone know here in Chicago, in Chicagoland, because. But although if you guys are out there in surrounding states or close by, and you're really digging, you know, what he's doing, reach out to him. So how can people get a hold of you?
Well, I'm right here, very, very close to downtown. I'm at 4007 North Broadway. If you're familiar with the north side of Chicago, that's the corner of Irving Park Road and Broadway Street. You can also see me online at www.anthonyses.com. And that's the shop website. And it also will link you directly when you hit guitar repair. It'll bring you right here to show you all the rock and roll stuff we do. And you'll see Pat on the artist list.
I'm there.
On the artist roster.
I'm there. Nice, man. Very cool. Yeah. So anyone out there that's serious about getting their tone jacked to, 100, plus you got to see Anthony because he's the man. He knows what he's doing. He's been doing this for decades, and he's not just some dude in a shop, right? He knows what's going on, and he's got tons of us guitar players all over the place that have been going to see him, working with him, and he know. I mean, you can tell him what you want, man. The guy knows what he's talking about. So please reach out to him. So yeah, Anthony, I'm thank you. I mean, I know it took us this long, the end of season 5, to finally get you on the show, but we're going to be doing more of these. Actually, Anthony and I have been talking about probably doing a monthly or bi-monthly tone talk type of thing, so we could talk about guitar tones and different things that we love as musicians. So stay tuned for that. Coming maybe next year, we're going to start getting that together. And hopefully Frank, our buddy Frank Pasquale from Pasquale Custom Guitars, will join us, and we can start having these awesome conversations.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to get our Chicago Tone Syndicate going.
That's it, the Chicago Tone Syndicate. I love it. Awesome. All right, Anthony, you hang tight. Everybody else, we will be right back. All right, guys, so there you have it. There's my interview with the Amp Man, my buddy Anthony. So if you're a guitar player out there and you've got an amp that just, it's just like it sucks, and you're like, I don't know what to do with this thing, get a hold of him. He works magic, man. I tell you, this guy knows what he's doing. He's been decades and decades of getting his hands dirty in amps, and really, really listens to you and knows what type of sound you're looking for. And, as we talked about in the interview, yeah, man, everyone's playing different types of music. You got your own sound in your head and what you're really looking for, and what we're always chasing that tone. I mean, we've talked about that on the show before, where, we chase tone, right? And it's just something that we do as guitar players, right? We're always looking for that something better, or something, that's going to just sound closer to that tone that we have in our head, so we're always chasing that. And then when we think we have it, it just pulls us right back, and we're still looking for more. But, Anthony knows what he's doing, and definitely he has made a stamp, out there, and a name for himself for modifying amplifiers and, creating these awesome pedals. And yeah, he built my amp from scratch, back in the day, like we talked about, man. It was not, 20 years already, it's a long time, but back then, the cost of the materials, the cost of this, building the amp was just not, as out of reach as it is today, I mean, so all the work and everything that went into building, my custom head, man, today it probably cost close to $4,000, maybe more. I don't know, just the time, alone that he and I sat there and modified things and really worked with the sound. I mean, it takes a lot, but to actually start with a head, that you have already, and just already start with a blueprint and say, hey, okay, this is what I have, and I'm really looking to, modify this into something different, or this is what I'm really looking for. He can really open that up, and he can really take a look at, hey, I can fix this, and I can make it sound closer to what you're looking for, or really boost that amp to its total potential, right? So that's something to be said about that, man. You save some money nowadays, man. We're all looking to pinch that penny, right? But nonetheless, man, even if you have something that you need to get fixed, some electronics, please, go down to the show notes. I've got everything there, so you can go ahead and contact Anthony and check him out on all his social out there. And again, I want to thank you guys for listening to The Beard Speaks, and we will be back. We'll see you soon. Rock on.